Next one is test planning. Here, test planning is a long activity in which several test cases are executed by different members of test teams and may be in different environment and different locations and missions. Test planning specifies the scope, approach, resources and schedules of testing activities. Here, therefore, test planning is carried out before testing the software for monitoring and execution of testing process. During the test planning, test team decides the features to be tested, task to be performed, the personal responsibilities of testing and the associated risk in the plan. The planning includes the following activities. First one is create test plan. Second is design test cases. Third one is test case execution. Fourth is defect tracking and statistics. Then last one is prepare test summary report. First of all, we are going to discuss about creation of a test plan. Here, a test plan is a document that describes the scope and activities of testing. It is a formal document for testing software. It identifies test items, the features to be tested, responsibilities, schedules, and any risk requiring in this planning. This one helps to perform testing and monitor the progress of testing activities. Related to here, a test plan is derived from the project plan, software requirement specifications and the design documents. Related to here, the format and the content of test plan vary depending upon the organization process, standards and test environment being initialized. Here we are discussing the IEEE standards for software test documentation. A test plan contains the following attributes. Like first one is test plan ID, purpose, test items, reference, features to be tested, schedules, responsibilities, test environment, test case libraries and standards, test strategy, test deliverables, release criteria, and last one is expected risks. First of all, we are going to discuss about like test plan ID. Here, test plan ID. This test plan ID is a unique identifier for the test plan document, is assigned for an easy reference and access purpose. Here simply we can call as unique ID for test plan purpose. Then one more is purpose. This purpose describes overview of the test plan. It includes the goals, objectives and constraints for testing the document. Then one more is test items. This test item include the list of test items and their versions. Then reference. Reference describes the related documents which are to be referenced if required, such as project plan, configuration management plan, etc. Then features to be tested. The list of features of software's product to be tested is specified in the test plan. The features that will not be tested should be specified along with the reason. Then one more is schedules. The detailed schedules for designing and executing test cases for test items must be specified on calendar items. Then responsibility. The responsibilities and roles of each member of the test team should be specified to determine who will design and execute test cases and repair defects. Then test environment. Test plan describes the required testing tools and the test environment describing the hardware, software and network configurations. Then test case libraries and standards. Sometimes a process document is needed for identifying, writing and managing test cases. Then test strategy. The test strategy specifies testing methods such as white box, black box, individual module may need different testing methods. Then test deliverables. The test deliverables are specified in the test plan before testing the module. It includes the test cases, test scripts, defects, defect logs, test reports, etc. Then one more is release criteria. The pass or fail criteria for the test item on test cases must be designed to judge completion of testing and items. Then last one is expected risks. The list of risks both that have occurred or expected to occur should be specified along with the contingency plan for each risk. Here the test plan is clear and point wise. Here the test description must be specified. That is, each tool has a name, version, type, and so on. Then one more is design test cases. Here test case design is the key to success of testing. Here design test cases, the test case design is the key to success of testing. Here the presence or absence of faults in the system is the results of test cases. A test case is a set of inputs and expected results under which a program unit is exercised with the purpose of causing failures and defecting faults. A good test case is one that has the high probability of detecting defects in the system. A well-designed test case can be traceable, repeatable, and can be reused in other software development. The intention of designing set of test cases for testing is to prove that program under test is incorrect. The test case selection is the main object to detect errors in the program unit. Here the test case selection is the main objective to detect errors in the program unit. A possible way is to exercise all the possible paths and variables to find undiscovered errors. Here some of the terminologies that are generally used to automated testing and the design of test cases are like test scripts, test suite, test data, test harness, test scenario. These are the design test cases. First of all, test script. Here a test script is a procedure that is performed on a system under test to verify that the system function is the function as expected. Test case is the baseline to create a test script using automated tool. Then one more is test suite. A test suite is a collection of test cases. It is the composite of test cases designed for a system. Then test data. Test data are needed while writing and executing test cases for any kind of test. All the test values and test components are separately stored in a file in the form of test data. Related to here, any such kind of data which is used in tests is known as test data. Test data is sometimes also known as test mixture. Test harness. Test harness is the collection of softwares, tools, input, output data and configurations required for tests. Then last one is test scenario. Test scenario is the set of test cases in which requirements are tested from end to end. There